Welcome back, Pokemon trainers. Professor Chaz here. The lab coat's on back order. And this week for the Pokemon Omega Ruby team building video, I'm going to be showing off 6 more Pokemon from the previous double battles in the Pokemon X League that they were victorious in, and see if they can get to some victories in the Omega Ruby Double League. Now, as we saw from last week, we didn't actually get victories again, so we are 0 for 6 thus far. Omega Ruby is, I don't know if it's because of the new Mega Evolutions or something, or maybe I'm just off my game, but we're not having a good time. So hopefully we're going to be able to do a little bit better this week, getting some more Pokemon assembled. So let's check out the team that I've brought for this week and see the strategies behind their, their moves, the held items, and the abilities, and see how well I've put together the team to cover each other's type weaknesses. Let's check them out. The first of this week's previous Pokemon X champions is going to be Witwicky, the Chandelure. He has the Impish Nature, which is a boost to defense and a drop to the special attack. And the ability Flash Fire says if he gets hit by a Fire-type move, instead of taking damage, it's going to strengthen his own Fire-type attacks. Now, since he is weak to ground, I did give him the Air Balloon, going to make him immune to ground attacks until he takes a hit, at which point the Air Balloon will pop, and then he's susceptible once again to ground. Now, the Super Training, I wanted to even have his defenses, which are pretty decent. They're at 264 each, and I put the remainder into his special attack and the HP stat. Move-wise, he has Flamethrower, which is good stab power, and like I say, we'll get the Flash Fire boost if the opponent tries to hit him with some fire attacks. And Hex is a good move that's going to work well with his Will-O-Wisp. Hex does double damage if the opponent is afflicted by a status condition, and Burn is definitely one of those. So if we can get a Burn with Will-O-Wisp, Hex is suddenly a lot more powerful. And to deal with his water and rock and ground weaknesses, I did teach him Energy Ball, which is a pretty powerful attack, and it's just good to cover his own type weaknesses. The next Pokemon we're bringing from the X League is Rocky, the Sandslash. Sorry, I just moved the 3DS. Okay, Rocky is a naive Pokemon. It's a boost to the speed stat and drops the special defense. He has the Sand Veil ability, which says in a Sandstorm, his evasiveness is actually boosted slightly. And I've given him the Muscle Band to give him a little bit more physical power. It's going to boost by 10% the power of all physical type moves. For his Super Training, I wanted to make use of his speed boosted nature, so I went with max speed and max attack Super Training, put a little bit more into the defense. I usually try to even up the defenses on my Pokemon, but since his special defense is already lowered by the nature and it's already just lower by nature itself, I thought there's really no point, so I just wanted to put the rest into the physical defense. Almost get it up to 250. For the moveset, he has Rock Slide and X-Scissor are his 2 offensive moves. He doesn't have a stab ground attack, but I might consider teaching him that at some point in the future. For the time being, these cover his weaknesses pretty decently. And Hone Claws is going to increase his accuracy and attack stat, which will actually make Rock Slide from 90% accurate to, I think, probably 100, because I've never seen it miss after I've used a Hone Claws. And Sandstorm is there to make use of his ability. Also get a little bit of chip damage off from the opponent at the end of each turn. The next Pokemon we're bringing is Snapper the Totodile, my original Johto starter. He is a mild Pokemon, which boosts special attack and lowers defense. So this is one of my Pokemon that doesn't have the best nature that he could possibly have. He's more on the physical offensive side. But it is the nature he was born with, so it's what we're going to work with. His ability is Torrent, like all basic starters, or water starters, I should say. So his water attacks will be stronger if he is low on HP. And to make sure that he is low on HP but won't faint to a single hit, I've given him the Focus Sash. A lot of times I will give my unevolved Pokemon the Eviolite to boost their defenses, but his defenses are pretty low. If their defenses aren't 150 or higher, generally I don't think they're going to be able to take much of a hit on the Wi-Fi battle spot, so Focus Sash is the way to go to ensure he'll survive at least one hit. For the Super Training, I wanted to try to even the defenses, as I said, for most of my Pokemon, so about 145 apiece, and I did put a lot into the attack stat, getting it up over 200, and I got his speed to 150. Now, that's not really fast, but you'll see it works with one of the attacks that he has. The moveset is Waterfall, first of all. So if we can go faster than the opponent, Waterfall could possibly get a flinch, and it is just basic stab power. Ice, Fang, and Dig will cover some of his weaknesses, and also just help out against other typings. And Scary Face. Now, Scary Face is a move I don't see a lot of people use, but it's pretty decent. It used to be, I think, 90% accurate in previous generations, but now it's fully accurate, and it sharply lowers the speed stat of the Pokemon you use it on. So if we can slow the opponents down, possibly get some flinches off on the next turn using either Waterfall or Ice Fang. the fourth Pokemon bringing into the Omega Ruby League this week, Saul the Weavile. Saul is a naive Pokemon. It's going to be a speed boost and drop the special defense. The ability Pressure will make the opponent use additional PP when they try to attack our little Weavile. And the item he has is Leftovers. So he's going to heal back a little HP at the end of each turn. Now, this particular Weavile I actually got from a friend, Vibrant. She traded it to me to help me back in the Sinnoh region when I was playing Pearl. I needed something that was good against the grass gym that I was going up to. So we decided to go with an Ice type. Now, I don't know if she knew this or not at the time, but he actually has max IVs for both special attack and HP. So you'll see I put most of the super training into the HP because of the natural high IVs, and into the speed stat because the nature boosts it, and I put the rest into the special defense, trying to get the defenses around even with one another. Now, he does have Aerial Ace as his only offensive move. The original mindset with Saul here was to try to drain out the opponent's PP. So the Pressure ability will do that naturally. I did also teach him Spite from the move tutors back in, I think it was either Sinnoh or Unova that he got Spite. It's going to drain 4 PP away from the last move that the opponent used when you use Spite on them. And to make sure that we can drain out some more PP, he does have Substitute and Protect. So even if he protects or blocks an attack with a Substitute, the opponent still uses that second PP that turn. So he's all about slowing the opponent, well, not slowing the opponent, but draining the opponent of their will to fight, basically. He's going to just drag them down. And Leftovers is there to help heal back some of the HP he loses when he makes those substitutes. So the fifth Pokemon for the week will be Fluffy the Clefable. She is a sassy Pokemon. She has the Cute Charm ability, so if the opponent makes physical contact against her, if they're the opposite gender, there's a chance they might become infatuated and then start losing some turns due to the immobilization. And I wasn't sure what item to give her, but I decided to go with Quick Claw and see if we can get lucky in some situations. If it does activate, she'll get to go first and possibly get off a decent attack or a Metronome, as you'll see in a moment. For the super training, I evened the defenses about 238 and put the rest into, not the rest, but I put some decent amount into the HP and special attack stat. So I don't know if I mentioned, but Sassy is a special defense boost while lowering speed. And Clefable aren't known to be fast anyway, so that's not a big problem. So her moveset is, the only reliable offensive move is Flamethrower. That's why I put into the special attack, the super training. Don't need to put any into the physical attack. And Metronome is there for fun. I know it's not really the most viable competitive attack, but it's, I like the randomness that Metronome can generate. It keeps things interesting, so she does have that. And we've got Moonlight for healing and Light Screen to improve the team's defenses against special attacks. The sixth and final Pokemon for this week will be Gwar the Primate. He is a jolly Pokemon, which is actually pretty good for a Primeape. It lowers special attack, but raises speed, and Primeape are already pretty fast as it is, so having a speed-boosted nature on this Pokemon is very beneficial. The ability Vital Spirit prevents Gwar from ever being put to sleep, so Hypnosis and Yawn will have no effect on him. And he's holding Sitrus Berry to heal back some HP, and it's going to work with one of his attacks, which I'll show you in a moment. For the super training, I maxed out the speed and the attack stat, and put the rest into his HP. The reason being, you'll see at the bottom, his attack down there is Substitute. Now, this is a combination of moves that doesn't always manage to work out that well. I might actually change this up in the future, but what the idea is, we want to try to get up some double teams to improve Gwar's evasiveness, and Substitute to get him protected behind the Substitute doll. Once he is protected, on the very next turn we can use a Focus Punch. Now, Focus Punch works at the start of a turn by your Pokemon focusing its energy, and at the end of the turn, if they haven't taken a direct hit, they get off a very powerful fighting type Focus Punch. So if the Substitute takes a hit for him, and even if it breaks, at least he didn't take the hit, so he's still able to get off that Focus Punch. And since Focus Punch does not hit ghost types, I decided I'm going to teach him Punishment as well, which will be super effective, and it increases in damage the more the opponent's stats have been raised. So that is going to be the team of 6 Pokemon for this week's Pokemon Omega Ruby Double Battles. They're going to start on the channel tomorrow. I hope you'll come back and check out those battles and root the team on, see if we can get some victories for my guys. And yeah, just come on back tomorrow and check out how those battles go. I'd like to thank you for checking out this team building video. If you have any suggestions on how I can improve these Pokemon for future battles, feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. I look forward to hearing from you. Alright, thank you once again for checking this battle preparation video out, and I'll catch you next time.